Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who's going to come out on top in this fight?
Give me your best shot!
Round one. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? They gotta escape from the corner before the pressure builds up. What's the play here? Had the radar up and running. No more drive gauge. Player one may be just about done this round, but they still have a chance with a full drive gauge to tap into. Next hit will end the round. Throws them to negate the block. Taking stock. Life lead opens up. Departure! Drop KO. Player two picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round two. Fight.
They've both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Both fighters are looking for a way to get in, but there's still time to feel out the situation. They're waiting for the opportunity to bust this back wide open. Their timing was on point there. That perfect parry may lead to something. Perfect read with the drive parry. Departure set. Springs forward with the drive rush. Player one bends the meter, hoping for a good return. Drive rush to keep it going. Player one has the deck stacked against them. Can they squeeze out an experiencing KO? Player two brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Round one. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Good anti-air. Good parry there, and parry here puts drive gauge in the bank, which really could help later in the round. Player two pushes the opponent into the corner. The damage is really piling up now. You can see how cornering your opponent is such an effective game plan. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Life lead opens up. 3-bulk? This is a huge chance to make a feel. Throwing some shade. Player two having them with the Shuto. Can they stand the heat? Oh, they can't ignore that super hit to come from the brink like that. What a comeback. Player one with a good start to the fight, but can they keep it up?
Round two. Fight.
This round is so important. You can feel the intensity in the air. Misses the grab. Departure set. Player two is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. Going in, player one needs to use the threat of the corner here. Smart play with the throw. Player one holding on to that corner advantage. Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. Player two will need to use their meter here while the throw connects. Experiencing burnout. Uses the parry so the opponent can't dictate the pace of the round. They continue to battle it out in the middle of the stage. Blocks it. The throw missed. What'll happen here? They must pay? Oh. That was a clinic on how a solid neutral game wins matches.
Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Cross-up blocked. Player one with the life lead. Can they exploit this advantage? A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move or you're going to eat tons of damage. Good anti-air. Okay, takes them all the way to the corner. Perfect. Takes the round without getting touched. Player one picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round two. Fight.
They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Both fighters are looking for a way to get in, but there's still time to feel out the situation. Player one is experiencing burnout. Gets the pair. Nice counter. Player one has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Player two is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. Departure set. Reads the jump in perfectly. Stone cold embrace. KO. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Blocks the jump in. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? We're still in the early going, and it's really anyone's fight. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. They're not going to allow any jump-ins. Solid anti-air will shut down the opponent's air game and make it much harder to jump in. Both players have near-empty super art gauges. Whoever can build theirs up first may have a big advantage here. Gaining some meter would open up the opportunity to deal huge damage, but that's easier said than done. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. KO! Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight.
They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Both fighters want to establish themselves early on. Reglow! Player 1 needs to use what little drive they have left effectively. Drive gauge is almost empty. They gotta be careful. Oh, they were looking for that overhead. Both fighters take over. They're thinking of scoring big. Just goes for it at this range. Catapults them up and brings them crashing back down. Player turns out. How will they utilize this? Closes it out. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Denies the attack and a parry here puts drive gauge in the bank, which really could help later in the round. A drive rush to try and keep up the attack. Ooh, will they hit, whiff, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Throws them down. What's the play here? Player 1 with the life lead. They've got a small life lead, but it's not over. Player 2 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Oh, can they survive this badly timed burnout? Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Takes them all the way to the corner with that. Player 2 is almost dead, but some clutch drive snipes them out the air. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Challenge from above. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Player 1 did a great job of maintaining their drive gauge during that last round. It's going to be even more important in this next round to keep that up to help strengthen their ground game. Can they stop this life lead from getting bigger? There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Bends the meter, hoping for a good return. Uses the gauge for the super. They're not playing around here. They're thinking of scoring big off this gauge use. Sneaks in the throw. That was a clinic on how a solid neutral game wins matches.